So there is a second value of death when companies start scaling, and it's very underspoken about. It's not out there. There's a big first value of death, which is around 18-24 months when you start your tech company or when you start your company, especially in the technology industry, where you don't get enough funding, you don't have enough product market fit, your grit runs out. But then you somehow come past that first value of death. Then you come to 20, 30, 40 people. You're maybe starting to make some good revenues, or maybe you have lots of money in the bank, or maybe you've been running your family business for a few years and you feel there's more here. And then unfortunately there's a second value of death, which bites you harder than you think. And if you look at statistics, it's quite sobering. 4% of companies make 500,000 euros after 3 years, and 0.4% of companies make 10 million euros after 5 years. It's quite sad. So I can imagine, I know myself as an entrepreneur, I build my company because I want to be profitable, I want to grow, I want to create an impact, I want to employ people, I want to go international. All these are wonderful dreams. But if you get trapped in the second value of death, those dreams are merely hallucinations. So we've been thinking here at Result, how do we help founders cross this second value of death? So what we see as common, if I start with sort of the founder issues when you're around the second value of death, which is basically you're stagnating, you're not growing too fast, or you're growing too fast and you don't know how to manage your growth. And that can lead you to do the wrong things as well. What we see is that from a founder point of view, you have a lot of weight on your shoulders, or on your team, which is your management team. You have tons of stress. 66% of such entrepreneurs live in dangerous levels of stress. Your dreams become vague and you really start getting close to being burnt out, and that's sad. So that's on the founder point of view. On the functional point of view, we see that it's typically sales go slower, it's typically my marketing is slower, or my team is not good enough, I don't get enough velocity because of the people I have. I'm still, as a founder or as the co-founder, still doing 80% of the work, which of course is not good. So what we've been doing is to look at how do we help solve the psychological founder issues and how do we help solve the functional issues. And that's what we do in our Scale Up Lab. We help companies scale in the Scale Up Lab. What I believe personally that I got when I was building my previous companies was 3 things that really served me well to help me exit my companies and help me build them to be successful. One of them was, a crucial point of it was mentoring, to find a group of people that I could call upon who have done it before, who have gone through similar challenges, and they can really guide me. Maybe I don't have to agree with them all the time, but they at least get a sounding board. I get a second opinion. I know most entrepreneurs have that through informal networks, but I think if you can invest more time to find people that have really been there, done that are relevant for you, and you have the personal chemistry, that helps a lot. So what we have done here in the Scale Up Lab is found wonderful entrepreneurs, connected them to the lab, so you as founders can access that pool of wealth of knowledge. So that's something that we think is very important. The second thing I feel is very important is toolkits. I mean, nobody's born to be a wonderful CEO from day one. Nobody's born to be a founder that has it all. So you need toolkits. You need the supporting partner in the mentoring, and you need toolkits. And what I believe in as good toolkits are the ones that you can actually use, the ones that are actually practical. So for instance, we work a lot with conversion, online conversion. So of course there's a lot of best practices out there, and of course you need to look at what your strategy is and how can you build more online sales. Or there are toolkits on how do you make more money. Are you building a business model that actually is replicable, that is actually scalable, that can actually be profitable. So these are some things that you can address through toolkits, the basic fundamentals. And the third thing we believe is a peer group. So if you have other founders that are going through similar challenges and that you feel that you can connect with them, you can empathize with them, you can share with each other, that gives you a sense of a community. So you have the mentoring that gives your personal chemistry, that does justice to what your personal challenges are and your company challenges are. You have toolkits that give you some kind of guidance to go back to the basics, and you have peer groups that you can really feel a sense of community. That's really what I'm passionate about and what we are passionate about here at Result through our Scale Up Labs, where we bring these 3 together, we bring wonderful founders together, and we bring entrepreneurs together saying, how can we make you scale faster? And if you do that, we believe the second value of death is something in your rear view mirror, and that's something you don't need to worry about.